Aura Fury tournament. Today is going to be Team Bowser was carried versus Team Blink, and this one I'm really excited for because these teams fought against each other in the last tournament. Very excited to that. We're both subbing in as commentary today. I have me and Shay. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Shay Fresh.
Okay, and this one is also going to be the same as the last one in terms of it'll be a best of 5 between two teams. Should still be exciting though, because that means that they get to bring their best into this match. I'm very excited for that. Going into Oasis here on first point. Seems like it's going to be. Is this Gardens? I was never good with these maps.
Let me see. This is Gardens, I believe.
Okay. Interested to see what kind of composition do you think they're going to pull out here?
I'm not too sure. I wouldn't mind seeing a Reinhardt as a tank player, but you know, Orisa is always a good choice.
Right. Malga got buffed lately. I have a feeling we might see some Malga Kiriko, unfortunately, but you know, we're here to win, so we're going to see here in a little bit. Interesting. Yeah, we do have oh, we have. Is that?
Remember, if you want me to heal you,
Okay, I was looking at
stand very still.
Reko's
But
team.
also,
Seems like
avoid the bullets.
sort of dive, sort of poke.
I do not know.
But I think it's very easy to tell what
I must go beyond.
what Blink's team is doing.
Mm-hmm.
They have the Orisa, they got the a couple of dive DPS, but generally I think the game plan is pretty clear. So into this first push here. She's gonna rotate on point, which is gonna go. Blink already taking high ground. Very good. Goes for the dive. Does it get anything? Does force out. Yeah. That's very. Ooh. Juno's very low, and wow, starting off on a very good foot.
Yeah, I would like to see Shredder change from Winston to a more brawly tank, perhaps, or something with more sustain, because that Winston is not he's only diving himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did get a Tracer switch. We did not get a Winston switch. We're still gonna try out that dive composition. Now it's a bit more of a dive composition. You have that Juno, Tracer, and get into a backline extremely quickly. Let's see. Just poking at each other for right now. The Winston does want to get some damage on Orisa. It seems to be. Does jump in, wants to play counter dive, seems like. Oh, but they're just shutting it down. And they're just shutting it down at every corner. This Orisa is extremely impressive. Lamp comes, so force out with Orisa. Everyone's low. Yeah, looks like they're gonna clean up this fight too. The Blink does have a pulse bomb on life. Tracer, sorry. Does have a pulse bomb on the red team. Looks like everyone's gonna start getting ults, except for the blue team. Actually, they're only at like 16 max.
Yeah, I'd like to see red team like hold high ground here for a minute before blue comes back. Ooh, and with that late kill and with pulse, it might be the opportunity for blue to go in.
Absolutely, especially with the Zarya, I can just kind of walk through. So Marco going for the dive on the captain. Well, not quite the dive, just finding a nice little target. Orisa finding it really hard to keep up, but still playing some numbers. Ooh, ult comes out. Oh, and catches too. That is huge. That's gonna secure this one.
And being last fight now, I don't know if they can get a touch. You might want to just invest the coal at the spawn.
Just the pulse didn't seem like it sucked anybody. Yeah, they don't get touched. Very clean first round. That's very good showing. What kind of changes do you think they're going to make in the next round, the blue team?
I do like the Zarya swap there. I think it can really work. They got a Lucio, and I don't know if that's just for touch or more sustain. If they could just like push in on the back line in a brawl. because
I think
Rekko can really hit those shots.
absolutely.
Even just getting him on a off angle to put some pressure on a back line would be very valuable for blue team.
Especially that Juno. That Juno's not got a whole lot of tools to get away, so would be very nice to get an off angle on that Juno. But we'll have to see.
Let's increase our pace.
And it does seem like the Lucio was just a touch, so they're going back to the Bautista. I think that's fine. Stain is a little hard to play in this game sometimes, but I think they're gonna go for it. Rekko going very far into the backline with Bautista. Zarya and Juno here. Oh, the Juno does get picked out though. We'll have to see if that flank from Cassidy is gonna not much. Zarya just sort of walking away from the other side, which is fine. Just joining the rest of the team.
I think they can take this. Ooh, almost gets speared off.
Tracer has to be a little careful, but I think this fight is pretty much all
Blue should win this. Just push these last two supports out.
Yeah, as long as that Moira doesn't go crazy. Yeah, seems like they got a point. Oh, okay, there we go. Red team's just gonna have to group up for now, but after the showing from last game, I think they're looking pretty good. Rekko almost gets caught out there. Ooh, wow. The Baptiste does unfortunately get caught in Sojourn.
If they can get
Oh,
Rekko
wow.
here, yeah.
Yeah, they just kept them against the wall and they didn't really get out. Like dominoes, one after another. Oh my god. Barista Spears have been on point this game.
I think you used High Noon here just to get some space and then push in with try and get a pick with the pulse.
Absolutely. Gotta be a little bit careful about using these spears have been deadly. But does manage to catch Blink. That's huge. That's gonna be a lot of backline pressure that they will undertake.
Investing in the window too.
The window doesn't seem to be in a place where they can really use it though, and they actually get cleaned up. Blink's team just really showing up today.
Well, let's see, Rekko's team, Bowser got carried, has the Juno ult and a pulse yet, so could make something happen here.
They are looking pretty good on the ult economy. They do have orbital as well. Here it comes. Lamp is forced out, and Pesk is just kind of sitting in the backline. Both of the BTS actually. Oh wow, but they do manage to do it. Tracer does manage to find a kill, or the Sojourn, sorry, finds the kill before the fight ends. They do manage to get points back though, very important.
Now they have Deadeye and Grav.
Oh wow, very early pick on the face line. Deadeye comes out.
And
Doesn't
just
seem to
forcing
find
the
anybody.
space.
Sorta, yeah, sort of making him play a little more carefully. That's valuable percentage though. There's a anyway to the back line. Tracer trying to do a bit of pressuring as well though. Tracer has to run away, the more unfortunately found her. I think he's fine. We're looking at a Grav and almost a window, depends on how much gets done here, but a Grav, honestly, really fight
The
window.
Grav has to go on a squish.
Unfortunately, though, that spear into the Baptiste is really bad, and the pulse too, and the Zarya. That's tough. And it's just clean up pretty narrow. And Team Red takes the first game. Very impressive showing, honestly. I think the first game is a little scary because you have to... That's where you get your momentum, right?
Right.
So it can be a little spooky, just kind of losing that first point. Obviously, I'm not, I'm not saying blue team's already lost this one, but it can be a little scary for sure. Seems like Festus is saying, can we make sure to go fast on map choices? Yeah, we'll get the map rolled out here soon. Let me put that in the chat. Okay. Oh, and it does look like it's going to be King's Row. Very popular tournament map, of course. I'm actually surprised we didn't hit a Legion Tower yet. But obviously, I'm sure that'll be coming up soon.
Always an available option.
Mm-hmm.
Control does seem to favor a quick game.
True. And King's Row does have a lot of places that are hard to push through, so this one might be a bit of a longer one, but we'll have to see.
Now entering King's Row.
Okay, seems like Blink's team is on attack, by the way. What kind of heroes do you think that we might see today? I mean, we might obviously just keep seeing Brawl. Might see the same comps from last time, even. I think some adjustment maybe needs to be made by Reko's team, just to make sure everyone is playing at their best.
I would agree. Yeah. I don't know if that means a swap in which tank they're playing. If they're going to go for more of a Ryan or Ram brawl. They do indeed go Ryan.
Yeah, it seems like they're going to commit to the Ryan duel for today.
And they have a maze, so that should help block off like the tank from the team, and they just go in on them.
Mm-hmm. One good wall and almost a fight one at that point.
Lots of things. Figure skating,
Very scary though, for sure.
and of course, party.
And speaking of scary, Team Blink does, and in fact Blink himself does have Widow. So that could potentially get a pick. We've all seen that one Overwatch League game. We know how good that for Widow first point can be.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're gonna go in here, just holding this first point here. Widow doesn't find anyone immediately, but could still find somebody later.
Just putting pressure out on that map. Yeah.
Bowser does get forced out. Seems like they're not going to push into the red team. Really, oh, Reko does get caught out. With Cassidy down. They still have those supports in the tank, but the supports are unfortunate on the other side from the tanker.
With that map down, you gotta disengage now.
Yeah. Seems like they didn't disengage fast enough. Yep. Red team takes first point. It seems like there might be a touch here. You can see. But
it'd be like a Hail Mary touch.
Yeah, where at me personally, I would just set up for second. Oh, going in. Oh, the Juno does get caught though. Yeah, so does the right hand. Oh crap. Oh wow.
Problem with this is now Bap's gonna get staggered.
Yeah,
Maze
like
too.
really bad staggering.
And now you give up that archway.
Yeah.
Which is your main hold for B.
Yeah, they're setting up for the last part of point 2 already.
No
Yeah.
one can
Everybody's
hide
in spawn.
from
Just
my
take the
sight.
space. You got eyes up, so you can see them come around the corner.
Yeah, and they'll have see they'll a whole bunch of ults coming up soon. Pretty much just everything but beat. Meanwhile, Reko's team does have Window coming up. Does have Shatter coming up soon as well. I know how fast that ultimate builds. Oh wow, it's the catch on the Widow.
With that shield down, I would disengage here.
Yeah, absolutely. They have so much like space to work with. A little bit. Oh, it seems like they're not going to let him back up though. Going for the chase, you're just going to hold here a little bit. Widow going on the point. Oh, and Shatter comes out first. Red team probably needs to leave. They do force out window. Sorry, Emily, do it first. But I'm pretty sure they'll have it back before it matters. We see the Orisa swap here, probably to try to overwhelm the Reinhardt.
Yeah, you just want to pressure him out, break his shield.
Losing. Oh, fortunately the Hanzo gets caught, but they do have a lot of ults online. They should be able to keep themselves up. No.
And that's very unfortunate because that Dragon will do a whole lot to zone.
Absolutely, especially on this map. You see the flank from the Sojourn, and it does work. The Orbit maybe comes out a little bit late and starts just going to the building. Yeah, that'll be all I think for this point. I don't think there's a touch to be made.
I don't think there's a touch, no. B should be capped here.
Yeah. Dusty said he wanted to make it quick, and he's not lying. We're going on the flank, goes for the dragons. Does it catch anybody? Not quite. It does push some people out of position. Not quite able to secure the kill on Festus. Window's out, but unfortunately they just kind of push right through it.
They just push past, yeah.
Yeah. Can't use the window if that's not on your space.
If Zero's gonna stay on the map,
wow.
if Zero stays on the map, I'd like him to play a little more selfishly with that window.
Absolutely, yeah. Back up a little bit, put the window in front of yourself, and because that is a lot of damage pressure and a lot of healing.
No one can hide from personne n'échappe à mon regard.
I think they're setting up for a really strong defensive position here. They do find Rekko. Are they able to kill the Hanzo? Not quite. Hanzo does get away. What a brawl happening here. Juno unfortunately does get caught out though. Baps next to fall and... Oh, no. That's tough. That's tough. I have the personal opinion, I don't think that would have mattered. You know, not to be negative, but I don't know if that would have won them the round or anything, but it does still feel pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a lot. Wow, 3.5 minutes left for the red team. Blue's gonna have to really make some strides here.
For Blank, if he's gonna stay on the Widow, I think the whole team should just play more of a poke, like a Sigma, Ashe, Widow, Bap, and Juno maybe. Yeah, just a lot of healing output and sustain to keep them at bay and keep control over the angles.
Because trying to do this brawl mirror really just, I don't know if it's working out quite as well. We do see actually a bit more, we got like a sort of Hanzo Sojourn idea going on, which is good for first point. You know, there's
also
a lot
did
of...
get a buff, didn't he?
True. It's not a huge buff, to be fair, but in fact, I actually don't think, was it just the Dragon Strike breaking
Probably was
turrets and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I don't
So
think
it's
that's
probably not coming.
Draw time on arrow as well was reduced. It seems like Rekko understands that. It's gonna go on the Junkrat. Understanding. Oh, actually no, it goes back to the Hanzo. Wants to try and find those hits on the back line really early. Oh, immediately finds a kill on the Juno and Baps half as well. Forces out. Ooh, yeah, she's back too. Turning up on this point here. Just trying to play a little bit more defensively after. I mean, you lose both your supports, there's only so much you can do, right?
You gotta pull back and play slow. There's the pick they're looking for.
Absolutely. Like opening the door to a point here. And yeah, it seems like the rest of the team's already backing out. Ooh, they do manage to pin out the Orisa though. So they definitely have no chance of touching on this point.
Yeah, that Zerg is going to do a lot to give them point, and Orisa's got far spawn, don't they?
Oh,
Yep.
right. Wow. but that's quite a ways away. Even though Hanzo-
They might be able to hold bookstore, but they need to get back fast. And without a Lucio or Juno, it's going to be a long walk.
Almost losing the 1v1 there. Just trying to oh, actually does hit it though. Don't mind to push card. I would probably rather have that on card personally, but I get it. Or so takes high ground for a little bit, but then decides to back out. And then goes back, does almost find that. Oh wow, yeah, sleep over here, and Reinhardt has to leave. Actually, I'll have to leave high ground. Dragon Strike comes out, doesn't find anything. No, something like that. Definitely scary though, for sure, especially on a long quarter like this. Hanzo doing on the flank on the blue team. Hanzo and the Bastion actually going for flanks. It seems like... Ooh, the Bastion does get caught. Ooh, the back got really low there. And Marissa's able to isolate and chase. Hanzo getting really staggered there, unfortunately.
Festus getting staggered means red team has to move back to point. Bastion ult,
The artillery
looking for
come
a
out.
pick.
It does get stunned, but I think it's still got 3 shots on it. Oh, they do find the... Do this way. Orbit use, so they get to push with this. For sure.
Red should have a retouch here real quick. Dragons does zone on.
And it does find Hanzo there. Or they're getting 2, which definitely scares me at this point. Both sports caught in the backline. That's gonna be a huge stagger, actually.
Very good chance to tie up the time here, but Red could hold on.
Yeah, King's Row last point is always so tough to push through sometimes. We do see a Genji swap. Probably to just go harass the Hungry, I guess. It seems like both of them have sort of opted for Line Bastion. Interesting. Ooh, Shatter comes out.
Big Shatter.
Very big. We do see the Ramattra as well. Window comes out again, but does make Ramattra a little easy to kill, that's for sure. He's way in the back line, and they do capitalize on it. Dragons comes out, doesn't find anybody, but does isolate them quite a lot. Ooh, Bastion manages to Bastion on blue team, Bastion on Bastion on blue team. Anti comes out, and Bastion gets caught for that, so does Juno. Echo does find more of a bit of a tank duel at the moment. Lamp comes out.
Hammer versus a blocking ram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all this time. Seems like, yeah,
Just
Hanzo
staying
gets
alive in that fight kept it in.
Yeah, absolutely. Tracer setting up for next engage. Genji just wanting to poke a little bit, see if maybe you can find something.
Build up to that Juno ult here and push in.
Absolutely.
But they do have Coalescence and Annihilation together.
Oh wow,
Good
that's
sustain.
good couple of picks there. They can absolutely push on that. There are some ults coming online for the red team though, they gotta be careful of those going forward. Most importantly, Annihilation's coming out pretty soon here though. The orbit does come out. Let's see what that ends up doing. Genji gets caught out, they use cold. I think it's a little too late though.
Just a bit too late, yeah.
Yeah. Bomb does manage to find a Baptiste, but there definitely can be a touch here, especially with Blade. Oh wow, the Shatter comes out at a really good time. Pushes away from point, and I don't think the Ramattra can even make it back in time. Yeah?
Yep.
Huge charge manages to keep it pretty even. I mean, it's still a minute and a half
Score
deficit, but
3.
a lot more even. And I wonder if we'll see any more team swaps. It seems like we saw a lot in the middle of last round.
Yeah, after capping B, I think was when the switches came in.
Yeah, I think we could see Shredder go for probably not Reinhardt. You know, Reinhardt's obviously very hard to play into Ramatra sometimes. Oh, that's opt for it right now.
They are attacking first, so they might be able to see the Ram pick and swap themselves.
True, true. Yeah, it seems like we're gonna stick with mostly the same team here. That looks good. We do have an Ashe on the blue team side.
Do you want a bandage?
Definitely going for more of a
Don't
poke,
fret. Stand with me.
sort of
and you'll have
try to get a pick
nothing to
before
fear.
walking in approach, which is, you know, always a good idea for King's Row.
And if Blank's team wants to play this brawly, you know, Lucio Ram, that Dynamite's going to do a lot of work to just poke them down, chip away their
Absolutely.
damage.
Yeah,
4. 3.
gonna make it really hard for them to keep playing, for sure.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Ends up trying to find somebody on the blue team. And Orb doing a Disruptor Shot, doing a really good job of isolating the Just sort of poking at each other for now. Oh, it does. Oh wow, Hanzo almost gets caught out there, but Reinhardt comes to the rescue there. May have an Ice Block super early. Definitely a lot more vulnerable, but I think, yeah, the whole team is like when it comes out. And they do this, their tank, so this is still a little even, but yeah, there it is.
They are up, but they do need a regroup. They shouldn't hold out to the spawn, so.
Yes, yeah, they can absolutely walk in, especially with this speed ring, they can absolutely just sort of walk in. Hondo a little bit behind, but does manage to find Lucio on the backline and the Fire Strike from him. That's out that Sojourn as well. And yeah, just Ramatra getting back just a little too late to be able to help. Managed to capture first. And we only have about 30 seconds before it goes into overtime, which is pretty much start our next fight. Middle of the next fight, I'd say. We'll have to see how far they can carry this momentum. They have been doing a lot better ever since the end of that first game.
I'm afraid Shredder's too far forward here. He's getting pushed out.
They do manage
does
to
find a
build,
pick.
though. You know, ooh, just barely managed to take out the Tease there.
This ends now.
Sojourn out comes out. It's gonna find the It is gonna find him up, but seems like Ford aren't completing.
That might just be a fort. Yep. No
Yeah,
touch.
you're not able to stay on point.
It's locked. Open fire.
Score
Hey, getting first point in King's Row that quickly, definitely an achievement for sure. So we'll have to see how well Red Team is going to do on their attack here.
Almost certain Blank will pick out the Widow again just to go for an early pick.
Absolutely, yeah. It's always worth going for in these kind of situations. I mean, when you have 3.5 minutes to work with, you may as well, you know, try to go for the really quick finisher, you know?
Mm-hmm.
for battle.
Oh, Festus
Oh.
on the Aura too.
This is a very different team. You got like a Far Mercy Doom. Obviously, they could just switch off after a little bit, but you know. I like the idea, really just sort of throw them off at the start of the next point.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. Huh. I do like the Zenyatta. Obviously makes, you know, Tank's job so much harder.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with that far pressure, that shield ain't gonna hold very long, and then after that it's, you know,
3, 2, 1.
gonna be a little tough. I'm kind of surprised that the, we don't see a Rhine smoke here, especially after all that, but like now we have a bit of a, pharmacy poke, dive sort of composition. Doom already in the backline. Getting punished really hard for it though. And actually gets caught out. Finish him off. Trace in the backline, let's find one pick.
Yep, both supports are down for blue team now. I
Reco,
think that's all they wanted.
yes, sir. Zenyatta super low. Well, low, you know, low comparative to Hanzo damage, of course. Ooh, Mercy almost gets caught out as well. Tracer, I couldn't chase that. We managed to get a kill before going down. Hanzo and Juno are next as well. Yeah, and that'll be it for our first point. With about 2 minutes to spare, Doom comes in. Our pharmacy doing wonders for them at the moment.
Goes for an early pulse, does not land. Bowser in the
Our
back,
pick
just
up
getting.
Oh, yeah. The Doom, unfortunately, hasn't been working too much. Got one pick on the first point, but
I get the
definitely-
idea.
yeah, it does
But
get
now I
caught
think-
pretty easily, you know.
Oh, the ball swap here should be really good for disrupting the back line. That's what you want.
Ooh, wow, with the distraction, managed to throw out a barrage and really profit off of it. It's just DPS and yeah,
Yep.
just DPS at this point, and yeah, there we go. I think we have map 2. Once again, going to Team Blink. Up 2-0, but we definitely saw the blue team sort of get into a groove this match. Not to see
They've
some
started to
particular-
adapt, which is what I really wanted to see.
Right. And we've seen comebacks that are more impressive than this would be. We'll have to see.
Looks like Festive did have to leave.
Wonder if we can get another substitute, or if one of us is. Oh, yep. Looks like we got somebody. Now that is a pretty big hit. Festus was doing pretty good numbers for Team Blink.
On that Sojourn, yeah.
Yeah, very impressive Sojourn. We'll have to see though how this will go.
We go to Eichenwald.
Exciting. I love Eichenwald, honestly. I'm a big fan of this map, and we'll have to see. Probably still going for the brawl, but you know, there's some other things that can be played on this map for sure. Poke is going to be very good on that second point, for sure. Poke and
Yeah,
dive.
Dive for attacking, because I know as playing Reinhardt there is just a real struggle, but if you can hold first point, like, then you don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely expect more swaps on the tank role because of this.
Yeah, because I mean, like you said, Reinhardt just kind of really can't do a whole lot on this map, which is unfortunate because it is, you know, it's Reinhardt's map, but you can't really do anything. Definitely more of a. We could definitely see some Winston Diva kind of play happening here for sure.
Also, wouldn't be surprised if Bowser decides to stick with the ball again. I know that was kind of a last touch thing, but he does play ball once in a while.
The ball or the Doom, for sure. Interested to see. Okay. Now, we'll have to see. Because I'm a little concerned about third point. I think third point for both of them is going to be really tough. I mean, obviously they've been doing that speed brawl, you know, type approach, which can get them through some pretty tough chokes. But third point of Eichenwald is it's a magical place. You can have some crazy stuff happen in there for sure.
Indeed, I do like playing brawl there at the end, but it is very helpful for the defense up in the high ground there for like an Ashe or a Junkrat to just poke
Yeah.
down on the main way.
Yeah, that high ground, that high ground on third has definitely had some frustrating moments happen in it for sure. We'll have to see.
Initiating match.
Seems like at first they were gonna go pharmacy and then the thing timed out. But honestly, the pharmacy wouldn't be a bad pick to go back to because that was really, really doing well.
Rekko's team was playing more Hanzo and Tracer too, so without a proper hit scan, that far can just be oppressive.
Yeah, Mercy too. Just
The full
really, like,
pocket.
yeah, just really
Mhm.
tough to take down.
For battle.
Seemingly they were gonna stick with that. They're gonna go with the Moira, Sojourn, and Orisa, the other three. And it seems like Shredder is gonna try to stick with the Reinhardt.
I respect it, honestly.
Yeah. Live by the hammer, die by the hammer, I guess.
Honor and glory.
Yeah. We'll have to see. They do have the soldier though. Definitely a good adaptation to make. Bowser professing his love for hamburgers in the chat as well. Love to see that before a match.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Yeah, this goes. Reinhardt setting up here. Reinhardt is still good on this first point, I think, because there's not really a whole lot of high ground thing to take.
Yeah.
A little underside's really tough to get through. Orisa tries sneaking around, doesn't find it.
He is giving up some space here, but it's okay. He can play a little more aggro. He just got that piece in his pocket.
Unfortunately,
He uses
this
lamp
kinda,
early.
yeah, Lamp comes out like super early. Oh wow. We do find the kill on Hanzo, but not before going down their Pharah and Mercy at the same time. Orisa Moira tries to push the point, but honestly, not sure how well that's gonna work.
I love Shredder just swinging away at the horse.
Absolutely, yeah. They do actually manage to get it. They might be able to. Oh yeah, they absolutely can just push in here. It's just the Reinhardt and Hanzo. Ooh, looks like the Hanzo's gonna make this not quite as easy as they were hoping. Definitely gonna have to hold point now. I think they've already given up that space.
Yeah. If I was Bowser, I'd push left side here, just get out of line of sight with that soldier.
Yeah, that soldier's a menace too. Almost been caught out though. Make sure you're not letting these DPS just do whatever they want. They can absolutely play in the fight of a fight. Same for the Pharah as well. Just so much damage pressure going into the shield, especially.
But that barrier is down. They do manage to get the Mercy, but they traded for the bad.
One sport. Unfortunately, they do lose their soldier, so the bar is mostly uncontested at this point. Hanzo's just gonna have to make it work. And he does, but not before Reinhardt goes down and they're able to get first point. Does
Right,
opt to stay
swaps.
on the Reinhardt for second point, and we see a swap to Widow. A lot of pop-off potential there, though.
And there we
Oof,
go.
yeah, there it is. Unfortunately, does get res, but forcing that out super early before the fight's even really started that's pretty nice. Ooh, wow.
Almost taken off the map there.
Yeah, wow. I'm impressed by how far that one goes. Ooh. That one felt personal. You know, before I was getting really annoyed with those hit scans. Just want to go ahead and wipe one out.
And I think Shredder just plays point here. Well, we can take the Orisa away, that's fine.
That also works. Those are the other guys.
Stand.
Oh, wow, nice. Does get caught out for it, but not much the Orisa can really do by herself.
You were able to touch point, give a little progress here.
Does get staggered though for that.
Yeah, you would just reset here.
Still
Yeah.
untouchable.
This Widow, we said it had a lot of pop-off potential, and what is the potential
Evil can't
coming true
hide
for
from
her?
my sight.
Oh, there's the swap to Winston. This is what you want to see. Get that Widow out of that high ground.
Yeah. That Widow is kind of taking over the game. You gotta make sure than you realize.
Blink unfortunately went in early and got caught out, so now you just gotta reset again. You do force out Cole, I'm not sure if I agree with that.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's really bad for ult economy on the red team. They still have overclock, but
They're
Tracer
walking
going up.
through.
Oh. They're all seem to be grouped up in this room here. Throws out a lamp super early. I don't think anyone was really in danger there.
This ends now.
Well, they're gonna go for the double dive on the middle and it works.
Yeah, they did a
But
wrap
overclock.
around on blue team there.
Yeah. Seemed to work, but overclock found a lot too.
Yeah, I think Shredder was just kind of lost in rotation there.
Yeah. Both dive on the Juno, catch her out.
And if he doesn't just walk out here, he might get staggered.
Seems like yeah,
He
he's
should
got
be
5 piece
fine.
down. Definitely still scary. Oof, just cuts the soldier out. Winston jumps out though. Not really wanting to get him off the map there. Does get killed anyway. Reinhardt, no fear, just walking straight into the disruptor shot and swinging that hammer, and you know, it worked. Would have found the brig and found a sojourn as well.
They only used Juno ult, and they now have a shatter, and eyes, so
Yeah.
ult economy is all in Blue's favor. They just cannot use all of them at once.
Doesn't look like the Willow's gonna be caught early though, unfortunately. Everybody's a big playmaker on the team, they gotta be careful. Forces out a lamp. Shatter does find Winston, but I'm not sure how much that's really going to do. Yeah.
I would have preferred to seen that on the Tracer Moira. I think that could have just turned it for him, but
Yeah. Red team takes checkpoint though. And we'll see how much momentum they keep going in the point. Like we were talking about, their point is spooky.
Blank almost has a pulse here.
We're just barely getting out from that Winston dive there. Tracer extremely persistent on it, but unfortunately he gets punished for it. Winston too just goes in and gets caught out.
Blue team should be able to hold this gate for a while now. They got 2 minutes to do it.
Absolutely. We do get an early pick on the brig. Window comes out. We'll see what that ends up amounting to. Does give the soldier an extremely oppressive angle on main though. Just can't walk back that way.
Blank threw his pulse wide,
Does miss.
and I wonder if he's gonna reset or like a swap here, or if he's gonna stick with Tracer.
Seems like he's staying on the Tracer.
Yeah, if he and Bowser can get on the same page and dive with one character again, I think they could break through.
Yeah. Ult economy
They do
looking a little scary here. The red team has both support ults and overclock. Overclock comes out, we'll see who it finds. Forces lamp out. Actually manages to keep people safe. They do find the Winston as well. That's a really nice early pick. Yeah, they're really not able to recover from that. Brig gets caught out, so they have to careful again.
They're
Oh,
just
and
pinning
without-
in, no fear.
Not a care in the world. Might get punished for it.
Should.
Does not get punished for
He
it.
gets
Wow.
out though.
That's impressive. Yeah, it seems like they're able to hold for another fight. And only 30 seconds as we really only got one fight left. So we'll have to see how red team adapts.
They can swap to Juno and they got Hanzo.
See,
A little better pick potential here, yeah. And Sonar gives them an idea of where to go.
Orbit does come out. That's going to help keep that Winston from going anywhere. Ooh, does manage to catch both of the ults there. Unfortunately, Juno really caught out here, but
I think blue team have a hold here. Get
Yeah.
Winston.
unfortunately does find the bat, but I think Tracer's going to pull out a miracle here. Might have, because Soldier and the Brig are back now. Comes back. Juno does come back just in time. Widow too. And I think they're... Yeah, they
That's
were able to
gonna
actually
be-
get the hold there.
Impressive.
Absolutely. That wasn't even a case of third point. They just held that bridge like really well.
0 to 2. Switching sides.
Didn't even have to really worry about, you know, past the gate too much.
Initiating match.
Let's see what happens here.
So if they're coming out with Reinhardt to attack, I would hope they go Juno or Lucio, just get that speed and close the distance onto point. They can't
Yeah.
stay in that choke too long, or they will get poked down through whether it be a Widow or a Soldier or Junkrat. There you go. Just a lot of
that's
spam
like Widow,
damage.
And we have. Oh, just got a Hanzo on the blue team. We're thinking about between Widow and Hanzo, and yeah, that Junkrat obviously can just, you know. I've seen this happen a whole bunch in my comp games, but Junkrats will just fly over that building and start backcapping.
I've done that myself a few times.
Nice. And the Mercy as well, honestly, pretty good idea. If you're gonna do Junkrat spam damage, it's good, and if you're gonna just keep the Soldier and to start, you know, hitting some really hard railguns,
2 1.
either one's a viable option.
Incoming. Defend objective A.
And go in, go stay on the ball, not just a point touch. Like, almost gets caught out for it. Wow, very low there. Gives Reinhardt free space. Does. Oh, wow.
Go find
Finds two.
And we got that Mercy for the res. I think fight just back up here. You don't want to stagger.
Yeah, seems like that's gonna be it for the first point. Extremely quick. We do see the Reku jump off to the Junkrat. We've seen our Reku plays Junkrat. We can imagine anybody who wants to play poke is going to be doing it for too long. Seems like they do get first point. It was a little scary there. The ball got back, but
I thought red team would have time to touch, but the rest of the team just couldn't make the way in through the choke, so
yeah. There's a lot of damage to go through.
Blink goes low.
Ooh, does manage to take Echo out. Doesn't even trade for it. Just sort of. You do see the Orisa coming. Orisa can play poke on those high grounds without the damage fall off. Finds it out, beast out, forces him back up. Yeah, it seems like they're just gonna have to regroup and try again next step. Playing that ramp already. I think this, if there's something that I definitely want to see from the team is maybe the Baptiste limit testing the lamps a little bit.
Yeah, I know too often the lamp could be just a half second late, but if it's too early, it doesn't do any good either.
Yeah, that's the tough part about Baptiste is timing is so important. Echo does find Soldier, and that's a lot of damage pressure that red team is missing out on. Fire comes in, decides not to blow it up. Maybe tries to find more people than.
That lamp was still up, and he was waiting it out, but the Rhine swing managed to pin it.
Yeah. This Junkrat back there doing a lot of work, but fortunately not really in a position to stop them from just pushing hard. Yeah, eventually gets caught out. Huge stagger though. That's like a long time they have to wait. Poison going up high ground does meet Genji up there though. Even deflects the shotgun shot. That's fine.
Oh no, Shredder.
Shredder unfortunately getting caught. Seems like the Juno's in trouble too. Yeah, there it goes. So it seems like the blue team might actually make this work. Yours is still a threat for sure. Definitely can do the one game, but you just gotta catch that Genji. And it comes out. I think this time they're not able to get rid of that Orisa quick enough. Unless the team catches it up.
No spear, no gold. Time to shatter.
Yeah.
Right now.
Oh! The Genji just sort of jumping off the map there. That's pretty bad. And Reinhardt getting caught out in the corner as well.
You gotta wait for that javelin.
Yeah, we do see the echo as well. Coming in with the Mercy Pocket. Oh, Reinhardt gets taken out of the map and Juno's caught out as well. Junkrat just kind of trying to stay alive at this point. Find a way to get out. The land versus air battle with the echo, but yeah, the Junkrat does eventually go down.
It felt like there were two fights there that they just didn't regroup, so I like to see the blue team slow down here and waiting for Junkrat to get back in the mix.
For sure, yeah. Especially because at some point it just became, like you said, it just became like two separate fights that were happening at the same time. And they were just like so spread out, sort of.
Genji's on the flank, and he has the blade.
Rekko going back to the Widow definitely understood its potential from last time. Echo going on a deep, deep flank here too. See who it catches. Oh, wow! Okay. Does get caught out, and this shatter directly into the Irisol is very unfortunate. Their team commits 3 ult there, but does get in the fight, so... And
Blue
knock it.
invested heavy too.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they only have Orbit coming up, seems like.
Hey there.
Oh, wow.
I was about to say they're looking for a Rekko to get a pick here, and he manages to do it.
Yeah. Very scary game to be chasing that Widow. Echo 2 almost gets caught out there. Dupe has used a piece probably just to stay alive, but Echo might get found out. Yeah. Might get Rise though. This is in a pretty safe position to do so. So is in a Mercy behind. Doesn't it just Juno?
Yep, she goes for it.
And goes for the rest though. Your team very scattered again. Just so many people going in so many different directions.
Many individual fights going on and not enough brawl together as a team.
Yeah. You sort of want, like, when you're playing Brawl, you sort of want like a ball of death composition, right? You want to all push together as a team, and you know, even though they're also a ball of death, if one of them moves just slightly out of place, you can take advantage of it. Warblade does come out though. They're not able to touch though, and Team Blank takes the 3rd game, and I believe that is the tournament. Very close game though, for sure. Down to the wire, and a lot of players doing their best as well. This does mark a end to a winning streak from Rekko's team. All the teams that Rekko's on, he has managed to take all the tournaments, and this time finally someone managed to knock him down.
It was a very fun match. It's unfortunate it was just one-sided so much, but they were good fights between both teams, and I hope to see everybody play again next time.
And there's always, you know, even though the score says 3-0, when you look at those games in isolation, they look super close, for sure. But it was a great time. I had a great time commentating, and I had a great time having you on to commentate as well, Shay.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to do this again.
Yeah, absolutely.